Alright, hello everyone. I just want to welcome you and give you a brief overview of one of the next week's market specials that we're going to be featuring. It's going to be pork two ways. I've got a nice beautiful Berkshire Carabuta pork chop that we've cleaned down and cut off the rack. And I've also got braised pork cheeks that I've already rubbed down with a red curry paste that's got well over 20 ingredients in it, including shallots, garlic, shrimp paste, and some lemongrass. And I rubbed those down and I seared those over high heat to get a nice caramelization on them. And then I slow roasted them covered with celery and onions and let it simmer for about 3 hours on low heat until it was nice and juicy and tender. And then what we're going to do to the pork chops is we're going to make a green peppercorn crumbing. And what we did is we took some green peppercorns and I threw them into the blender with some citrus. Got some lemon juice and some orange juice, along with a little bit of the zest, some parsley and some sauteed onions, and I just blended all into a beautifully aromatic paste that I then tossed with some pan-toasted Japanese breadcrumbs. Alright, so in order to reheat these pork cheeks that I've already taken the time and care to braise and make sure they're flavorful and tender, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a medium hot pan and I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil to it. And then I'm going to put the pork cheeks into that pan just to add a little outside heat to them to sear them off again. A little bit of the pan drippings in there as well. I'm just going to sear these, get it started to get hot, and then what I'll do is I'll pull it off the heat. I'll cover it with aluminum foil, and I'll put it into a slow oven for about 10 or 15 minutes to warm up gently and slowly so we don't dry it out or make it tough. And I'll pop that into the oven. Alright, I made our way over to the charbroiler where I'm going to start marking off our Carabuta pork chops. Now what makes these special and differentiates them from what you might pick up at the supermarket is that they're specially raised. They've got a special diet to enhance the marbleization and the flavor, and they're kept in a way to where their pens are very clean. You don't have to worry about trichinosis, and that allows us to cook the pork to a medium or a medium rare without having to worry about any bacteria. This pork product is meant to mimic the Wagyu or Kobe beef. So this is kind of the Kobe pork, if you will, which provides a nice, beautiful marbling and excellent flavor. So I'm just going to drizzle these chops with a little extra virgin olive oil. Helps enhance the grill marks and seals in some of that flavor. And then I'm going to lightly season them with some kosher salt, crushed black pepper, and granulated garlic on both sides before they hit the heat. And these are going to go onto our charbroiler. And these are about 4-ounce medallions, and these aren't going to take probably more than 5 minutes total, 2.5 minutes on each side, because these are also going to spend just a little time in the oven as we're browning our green peppercorn crumbing. Alright, now that we've got our pork chops nice and grilled, it's time to top them. These are the green peppercorn breadcrumbs that we talked about earlier. Just going to go ahead and don't be shy with this. This pork can take a lot of flavor. Just going to coat the tops of both of these chops, kind of press it in a little bit to help it stick on there. My ovens have fans in them. I don't know if yours do at home, so I don't want breadcrumbs flying all over. And then these can make their way into the oven as well. These will probably take another 10 minutes or so to heat through. Alright, so our meat looks ready. We've got our peppercorn crusted pork chops and our red curry rubbed braised pork cheeks. Now the thing that's nice about cuts of meat like this is, yeah, it takes a lot of care and time to cook it properly and make sure that you don't dry it out and that it's juicy. But cuts of meat like this have so much flavor because it's muscle and it's got a bunch of tendons and sinew that go through there because it's a muscle that's in great use. So if you know how to cook it and keep it moist and tender, you're really going to reap the benefits when you go to eat it, because that flavor is just going to come and carry through and sometimes provide a richness that you've never tried before if you're not into these kinds of cuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice this up. You can see that it's kind of falling apart a little bit because it's so tender. That's okay. Set that aside for a second. And I'm going to take the Berkshire pork cutlets here with our beautiful green pepper pork crust. Get those on the plate. And then slide this cheek meat on over. Get that on there. And then we'll just drizzle the cheeks with a little bit of these pan drippings from the roasting process. Give it a nice glaze and a wonderful richness and mouthfeel. And that's what your dinner can look like if you come out this week to the Elgin Country Club and join us for our Cheek and Chop special. Thank you so much.